Hey, welcome to warm-ups and conditioning. So first we're going to start with a lip trill. So that means our exercise, right? Where our lips are going crazy. So what we want to do is think about going up and down. So if we go like this, as high as we can go, that's working our higher range. Now if we go down as far as we can go, that's working our lower range. Now a lot of people can find lip trills pretty tough. So you can think about it like kind of a sigh, right? If you're going to be putting some sort of gesture into it, you want to think about your face dropping. So now try adding a lip trill to that, right? So that can kind of help us to get that all figured out. Now, there's an exercise I want to do with the lip trills, and this will kind of help to loosen everything up and get that flexibility going. So we use a pentatonic scale here, and then we're going to be also incorporating the lip trills. Here we go. And that's probably about as high as we want to go for this one. All right, welcome to the belly breathing warm-up. So breathing from our belly is a lot different than breathing from our chest. A lot of the times when we get nervous, our shoulders lift up and we try to get as much oxygen in our chest as possible. That kind of an idea, kind of the swimmer breathe, right? This gets oxygen to our brain really quickly. However, when we're trying to sing, it's actually stockpiling stale air and we can't use our air efficiently. So what we want to do is manipulate our diaphragm, which is the muscle right under the lungs, in order to take in efficient breaths. So one important thing you might want to note is that you want to stay relaxed while you're belly breathing. This is all about grounding and anchoring your body. So make sure your knees are loose, a little bit bent. Put your hands right here on your diaphragm, right where your rib cage meets, just a little lower than that, right? And what we want to do is we want to actually push out our stomach as we breathe in. So, right? So what this is doing is actually bringing the air to the bottom of our lungs so we can use it for singing, and it'll be nice, sustainable air. So here's the other key. Think down when you're breathing, right? You want to fill this area up with air. We don't want to be breathing up and down like this, right? You want to think breathing out and down, right? And then release. So here we go. Let's think about it that way too, right? You can see my belly move, right? So that's what we want to be seeing when we're belly breathing. And that's the proper way to do a belly breath. If you're having a lot of trouble getting your air low, think about almost doing some squats maybe. Really getting that downward feeling. And that's something that's going to help you for the conditioning of that belly breath. We want this to become our first response and our most natural response. So keep practicing those, guys, and I promise it'll get that way. A good exercise to get our mouths really moving is to make sure that we're over-exaggerating. So here's an exercise called Mama Made Me Mash My M&Ms, and we want to be over-dramatic when we're saying it. So here's how it goes. Let's run through it. Mama made me mash my M&Ms. 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 As you get higher, aim your sound down. Mama made me mash my M&Ms. Now we're getting into head voice. Mama made me mash my M&Ms. 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 And that's probably about as high as you need to go with that one. So this next one is called Bumblebee, and it's a really fun one, especially for younger kids. So what you want to do is you want to go through it in a few different kind of ways. So you can talk about forte, loud, piano, soft, staccato, which is disconnected, right? And legato, which is smooth and connected. So we're going to try all of these things with Bumblebee, and this one's kind of the fun one here. So let's try doing it forte first. So loud, and Bumblebee, 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 bumblebee. Good, so we got our loud. Now we'll try our soft piano, right? Bumblebee, 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 bumblebee. Good, and then back down. Sorry. Bumblebee, 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 bumblebee. Right? You got your nice soft tone going on. Then next, let's try staccato. So our nice bouncy one, right? Bumblebee, 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 bumblebee. Now we're going to do legato, so our nice smooth one. Ready? Bumblebee, 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 bumblebee. So there you can see these are a lot of different musical styles that are really important to sort of incorporate. So the next exercise that we're going to do is called Goog. G-O-O-G, Goog, right? So I use Goog as an arpeggio or staccato exercise in order to engage the diaphragm and develop a solid chest register, right, in the voice. So here's what we want to do. We're going to take this octave and we're going to do arpeggios. It goes like this. Goog, 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 goog. Go up. Goog, 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 goog. Goog, 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 goog. Goog, 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 goog. Where are we here? Goog, 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 goog. Goog, 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 goog. Goog, 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 goog. Goog, 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 goog. Goog, 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 goog. Goog, 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 goog. You probably don't need to go any higher than that. I'm a soprano, so I tend to go really high, but we'll stick right there for now. So next I want to look at vowels. So our vowels are very important because they're different from when we speak. When we speak vowels, we say A, E, I, O, U, right? But when we're singing, this is a very different thing that we want to do here with our vowels. So we want to use A, E, I, O, U. So you want to keep your mouth as open and vertical as possible, right? Your mouth should drop vertically, and it should feel like an exaggeration of what you're doing. So practice keeping these very, very open sounds, right? We don't want A, E, I, O, U. We want A, E, I, O, U. Very exaggerating. So here's an exercise for it. And to ah. Ah. Let's go on to E. I. O. Now we're getting into head voice. Ooh is the perfect vowel for this. And if you can go higher, we'll do a couple more. Let's go back to A. That's a tough vowel to do up there. And E. All right. Now this next exercise is called I want to go. This exercise will work your register transitions, right? So between chest, mid, and head voice, and your vocal flexibility. It covers a full major scale at a time, and remember, the higher you get, try to keep your voice focused and soft. It's harder to do, but this is how you develop control over your higher tones. If you can add vibrato to the end of your phrases, please do this. It's going to sustain your airflow. So here's I want to go. And I want to go. 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 So one really important thing that you want to remember while singing is the position of your tongue. So the tongue should be arched forwards. There's an exercise you can do for this that'll kind of help to build some muscle memory in that area. So what you want to do, you want to take a clean pencil, you can wash it, a pen works too, but you want to make sure, it can be eyeliner, but you want to make sure it's nice and thin, just like this, right? Because you want to be able to fit it under your tongue. So you place it in your mouth like this. So what's happening is the pencil is actually behind your tongue, and then your tongue is behind your bottom teeth here. So this is a little bit of a difficult one to do, but if you're doing it correctly, the pencil will not pop out of your mouth. So say you're singing a few vowels. For example, the pencil should have stayed in your mouth. It's a really hard exercise to do, but it's going to help you tons with being open and having the correct position in order to get the most out of your sound.